Welcome back, everybody. It is 10 p.m. over here in Atlanta. So, guys, this is an option, an opportunity that you guys can start making money from home. This is 2026. A lot of things are going on online, and people are looking to make money. You guys know there's AI. There's all this stuff that's going on, so we need to have a plan B for our financials. So this plan right here, guys, is an opportunity that is very simple. So simple that anybody can do it in the world, anybody can understand, but you have to understand because sometimes something that's simple, it blows your mind. So for example, 1 + 1 = 2. That's it, simple. Don't try to add a 3, a 4, a 10. 1 + 1, 2. So, a little bit background of me, guys. I used to manage a retail store. My whole background is about management. I did that for about 12 years. But one of my friends reached out to me and he's like, "Hey, dude, how much vacation you get?" I'm like, "Dude, 3 weeks, but that's nothing." "Hey, can we do this?" "I can, bro. I'm working on the weekends." "Hey, let's do this." "I can." So there was always something that I couldn't do because I didn't have the time. I was making okay money, but then I didn't have the time. So I always saw this guy like going everywhere, and I was like, "Dude, show me what you're doing." So they showed me this opportunity here, and I was like, "So I can make money from this?" And he said, "Yeah." And I was like, "Can I make the same amount of money that I do here?" And he said, "Yes, you can, and even more." So I was like, "Okay, what do I have to do?" So he showed me this, guys, and it's very simple. Very, very simple to do. I like to start with this. Knowledge has a tool for your success. There's so much information right now because internet, it tells you everything. You got ChatGPT. You got Grok, you got Gemini, you got all this AI that can, explain a lot of things to you, but, so much information that people are not catching up the basics. And this business is basic. So, biggest question right here. Why do you think people retire? Is it an age or an income problem? To me, I saw it as an age, and I was like, "Oh, you retire until like 65, 70, whatever the retirement year is now." But the more years come up, the more people I start asking on my retail place, "Hey, how long you been working here?" 30-something years. I'm like, "Oh my God, you got your house paid off?" "No, I don't." "Oh, you got your car paid off?" "No, I don't." "Are you at least driving a nice car?" "No, I don't." I was like, "Geez." So we were working so long for so many years, and they didn't even have a nice thing. So income was the problem because right now, if you're making the same amount of money or you can double the same amount of money you're doing right now, you will retire, right? Or at least not retire, but like don't go to work. Do something else that you like to do. So income was a problem because if you can start making, $6,000 to $10,000 right now without working, you know what I'm saying? You don't gotta go to work. So that's what caught my attention, and that's where this right here makes so much sense because I was in a trap of the 40-40-40, which was work 40 hours for 40 weeks for 40 years. If you look at it like that, it's insane. The problem is I was not working 40 hours. I was working 50 to 60 plus hours. I was not working 40 weeks. I was working 50 weeks, 51. So, I was working all that to get a vacation, and then I couldn't take 2 vacations, like 2 weeks. Has to be just one. I was like, I'm traveling out of the country. At least give me 2, so you always have to like fight or whatever. And then for 40 years, which now is, Yeah, about 40. I was like, I'm already working 15 years already. I still have 40 left. I was like, this is insane. So that's your employee. They provide your job, they provide you for all the stuff, but then you are trading time for money. I had okay money, like I said, but then I didn't have any time. I had a Saturday, a Sunday, because I couldn't have those days off together. It was like one weekend of the month. Like, it was so much stuff. So I was like, no, we got to do something different, right? And I know a lot of people out there that even with their job right now, they don't have one, but two, and even three jobs because the income is not enough. And that is the sad truth because people are not looking for something different. So here's a plan B that you guys can understand. And then we have the self-employed. This is people that came out of college, they have a degree, they probably are chiropractors, doctors, vets, like all the stuff. Yes, you make good money, but then you're on high risk of your job being taken away, or you're not finding a job for that. When you get it, you're still trading time for money because you gotta work for to get the money. Then you get good income, but then you're working a lot of hours. And the problem is you cannot stop working because if you don't work, money will not come in. And this goes for even, the people who are doing Uber and like all these gigs, all these apps out there. They consider themselves self-employed. The problem is they're not making that great money, but they cannot stop working because they won't get money in. So here, this is a sad but true, and trust me, I was in that boat. So what I did to fix all that, I left my job. Now I'm doing a part-time job. I still get paid okay, but my whole focus is to help as many people I can to understand this plan right here because it's awesome. The more people are out there doing what they really like to do, their passion, that's what I'm all about. So, why is it so simple? This has been forever, right? Since I was a kid, I knew my mom was buying from a retail store. Problem is, retail store was getting rich because all the money was going to them. Then I grew up. Then I started working at a retail store, and I saw how an item was cheap, and then we were selling it for a higher range. So I was like, oh, that's very interesting. So then my friend said, hey, what would you do if you eliminate the transportation, the advertisement, and the retail store? And you can buy the same item that you've been buying for the past 15, 20 years, and you're still going to buy for the next 20, 50 years from now. But now you're going to get paid for it. I was like, dude, yes. So that's what we do. We eliminate all that, and all that money that is supposed to be paid to all those things that we just said goes to you because you get directly to the manufacturer, and then the manufacturer pays you because you are getting linked straight to the manufacturer. And the cool thing is, when I start sharing this opportunity to people, they get paid too because now they're saving money. And the company says, Junior, because you are helping this person to do that, we're going to give you a little bit. That is all about. So me and you will be making money instead of buying to a retail store. So I kind of call it like an Amazon walk-in. So anybody who buys through your link, through my link, we get paid. Awesome. And there is 4 steps, 4 simple steps that you got to do. Remember when I said 1 + 1 = 2? This is all we're doing. You buy from your link. The company is going to give you a link that you can buy all the products that you've been using for the past years. Toothpaste, shampoo, deodorant, detergent, energy drinks, like all the things that I used to buy, now I buy them from my own. Then I replace the things that I already had. I just get rid of that. And now I start getting paid because the company says, hey, you're buying from us, you get in a cheaper price, and now because you're buying from us, you're going to get paid. I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. So what I do now is because I already replace all my stuff, and I start getting paid by the company. This is why I'm sharing it, because it's awesome. I am getting paid to buy things that I'm still going to buy no matter what happens. We were in the pandemic. I was buying all these things anyway. In the next 20, 50 years, I'm still going to buy these things no matter what, because I'm still going to brush my teeth. I'm still going to use deodorant. I'm still going to use shampoo, not here, but my whole body. So I was like, dude, this makes so much sense. And then what I do, I share to friends, family, people who wants to do the same thing. If this is for you, great. If it's not, it's okay. But you can help us out too. And then I teach people to do what we just said. And then you repeat the cycle again. Easy, guys. This is so simple, but so cool at the same time. And the whole thing is, I wanted to do phase 1. So I said to my friend, I was like, dude, so can I make the same amount of money that I'm doing? He's like, yeah. But first you got to go to phase 1. I said, okay, what do I have to do? And he said, just help 3 people do this. What would you say? So I helped those 3 people, and I saw the money. I was like, oh, this is awesome. So now what I'm trying to do is help more people. That way we can get to phase 2. And I want to help people to get to phase 1, phase 2, and even more if they want to. So this is so simple, guys. Helping people to make money. You only need to help 3 to get a phase 1. And you need to help 6 to get phase 2. So if you want to know more deep into the numbers and all the information that I can provide to you, right down below, guys, is all my links. So we can have a one-on-one conversation, and I can explain everything to you. And, hopefully this makes sense to you, and then we can team up and make the money. And just to drop it out there, this is in Mexico. This is very close to Xcaret. But this was the best vacation I had in my life. Oh my God. 2 weeks, and I was like, dude, I need to come back to this place. So we came back like a month later for another week. I was like, dude, this is awesome. So the reason I'm not there right now is because I don't have the money. That's it. We're working tomorrow because we need the money. So if I can find a solution to make money work for me, that is awesome. So guys, this is all the information I got for you tonight. I hope you enjoyed the new background. I like it a lot. And we're going to be dropping these videos like this, trying to help everybody, the most people I can, so you guys can start joining life. Because we're not supposed to be on the 40-40 trap. That sucks. It really sucks. I lost my hair because of all the stress, working for somebody else, making them happy, making their dreams come true. But what about my dream? So that's what I want to do. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys like it, subscribe, and if you want to know more about it, right down below is going to be all my social links. With that being said, guys, I will see you into the next one. Everybody, good night.